Oh no, man. I don't even know where to fucking begin with this shit. I saw this shit while I was at work.
Trump Deputy National Security Advisor KT McFarland. Good morning to you, KT.
Good morning. What an extraordinary day, and
We're just saying shit now in the Trump admin.
The Middle East and probably the world.
What was your reaction to that Truth Social? The whole civilization will die. He doesn't want it to happen, but it
the whole civilization will die. What the fuck?
Probably will.
Yeah, I think that what President Trump said yesterday when he said we're negotiating with new people, and then in the Truth Social post, which you've just read, he said we're negotiating with a new regime, a changed regime. That means that there are pretty active negotiations going on.
Trump also said he doesn't care about, this happened over the weekend, but Trump said he doesn't care about war crimes. He doesn't care about the potential implications of war crimes.
Then the attack this morning, or just a few minutes ago, on Kharg Island. Kharg Island it does two things. It's in the middle of the Strait of Hormuz, and it has military facilities on the site, on the island, and it has where all the oil gets offloaded from Iran pipelines and then onto tankers. So what President Trump has just done is he's taken out the military capability, all the facilities, the naval facilities and others on Kharg Island, and all he has to do is turn the guns just a few miles, and he could take out their entire oil export industry. And as you've just talked about, this is like 50% of their
Yeah, we're kind of fucked here. I'm not gonna lie, chat.
GNP. This is the IRGC's piggy bank. This is how they make the money. And so President Trump is saying to these new leaders that he's now negotiating with, see what I can do. And in 12 hours, if you don't agree to my demands, then we could blow up the whole thing. And that really will set Iran's economy back, its infrastructure back. It could be rebuilt, and it could be rebuilt with American help, but it will put Iran in a
Oh my God. Yeah, this is why I go to Fox News.
Devastating position. So this is going to be the most bare-knuckle 12 hours you have ever experienced.
So, KT, there are some that are still saying that questioning whether or not President Trump means what he says. And the escalation ladder that he has just put in that post is quite significant. What would you say to those that think maybe this is Trump bluffing?
Got to start paying attention. You know, I've been in the Situation Room with President Trump in the first term where he had to make really tough calls, and it was whether it was military calls or others. He made the tough calls. He understands the significance and the danger of it and the risk, but he's willing to take the tough call. Do not underestimate his ability. He is not bluffing. He has got in place all the military facilities he needs. All the American Armada is there. The entire strength of the United States Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, we're there. And if you've just seen and paid attention on Easter Sunday weekend, saw that the United States has just pulled off a rescue mission that no other country in the world could even conceive of doing, much less carrying out. This is not President Trump bluffing. This is 12 hours that this new Iranian regime he's negotiating with, they've got 12 hours to make a decision. Do they want to end their civilization?
Oh, we voted for that guy. I didn't vote for him. I'm glad we're at the point where we have to guess if he's being serious or not. Who is we? The Americans did.
Want to accede to our
She looks coked out. No, dude, she's on the copium.
Embraced by the United States and the world community. Their choice.
KT,
Hold on. Do we break out the crack pipe?
Huh?
Do we break out the crack? I feel like I'll get in trouble for that, but
I was just going back and forth with a source right now and through text message, and they said the president of the United States has tried to avoid civilians, casualties in this. If the Iranians don't make a deal, they may have left the president no choice. What do they mean by that?
yeah, dude, we're like literally everyone here is just smoking crack. Oh my Lord.
Mr. Vice President, the clock is ticking to tonight when the deadline looms for avoiding bombing infrastructure in Iran to the Stone Ages, as the president has said. Do you have any new information to believe that a deal can be reached by then? And secondly, there's been some rhetoric.
He's trying to look as serious as possible.
From this administration, your administration, about this war, God supporting the United States in this war and the strikes against Iran being part of God's will. Do you agree with that? And what do you make of the idea that God is on the side of the U.S. in these strikes?
Well, so you asked if there's new information, and I don't, unless I have a text message from Steve. Well, I do have a text message from Steve Witkoff. Wouldn't you like to know the subject of this message? But no, I need to read it first before I talk about it. But here's what time is it in the United States right now?
Oh my God. Oh my God. The Vice President of the United States.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay, so Natalie, on this question of the deal, I really think there are two pathways. The president's been very clear about this. There are two pathways that this thing is all.
This is why Vance could never take over as Trump, by the way. He has zero sauce.
I'm looking to end. First of all, the United States has largely accomplished its military objectives. There are still some things that we'd like to do, for example, on Iranian ability to manufacture weapons that we'd like to do a little bit more work on militarily. But fundamentally, the military objectives of the United States have been completed. So that means, as the president has said, very shortly, this war is going to conclude. And I think the nature of the conclusion is ultimately up to the Iranians. I think there really are two pathways, and I'm oversimplifying this a little bit, but I think pathway one is where the Iranians decide they're going to be a normal country. They're not going to fund terrorism anymore. They're going to be part of the world system of commerce and exchange, and that's going to mean much better things for them economically. It's going to mean better things for the
Oh! He walked it back. Trump agreed to suspend bombing and attack of Iran for 2 weeks. Iran's 10-point proposal sent to the U.S. includes controlled transit through the Strait of Hormuz, coordinated with Iranian armed forces, ending the war with Iran and allied groups, and withdrawal of the U.S. combat forces from regional bases, according to Iranian media. Israel has agreed to a 2-week ceasefire, two White House officials tell Reuters. All right, so it wasn't going to happen. Trump says Iran's proposal is a workable basis. In his Truth Social post announcing a double-sided ceasefire, Trump said he spoke to leaders in Pakistan and Iran. 10-point proposal was a workable basis on which to negotiate. Based on conversation with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, wherein they requested that I hold off the destruction forces being sent tonight to Iran, subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to complete, immediate, and safe opening to the Strait of Hormuz. I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran, period, for 2 weeks. To be double-sided ceasefire, the reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives. We are very far along with the definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received 10-point proposal from Iran. Yeah. Their holy future was postponed for 2 weeks. Maybe I need to have the crack pipe out for this entire segment, bro. That's just, like, that's all this is, bro. And in 2 weeks, the same shit's gonna happen. I guarantee it. Or Trump and Israel will strike beforehand.
Taxes was chasing updates.
I don't care.
President Trump's grip on the Republican Party will be tested in the coming weeks with a handful of primary races in
No, that's not what I was looking for.
Fox News senior correspondent Jackie Heinrich just spoke with President Trump on the phone. And Jackie, what did you learn?
Well, I asked the president how he's feeling about these negotiations with that deadline just 4 hours away. And he said, I really can't tell you how we're feeling right now because we're in the middle of heated negotiations. I said, so the conversation is happening then? He said, yes, of course. Why wouldn't they be talking, given the circumstances, basically? I asked him his view on this request from Pakistan's prime minister for a 2-week deadline. He said that he was about to be fully briefed on it in about 5 minutes and said, I can tell you this, that this man, the prime minister, I know him very well. He's a highly respected man all over. This is what the prime minister had asked in that post that you referenced earlier. Diplomatic efforts for a peaceful settlement of the ongoing war in the Middle East are progressing steadily, strongly, and powerfully with the potential to lead to substantive results in the near future. To allow diplomacy to run its course, I earnestly request President Trump to extend the deadline for 2 weeks. Pakistan, in all sincerity, requests the Iranian brothers to open the Strait of Hormuz for a corresponding period of time as a goodwill gesture. Now,
all right, so the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open for 2 weeks. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. This country. It's so stressful. It's so stressful living in the United States of America.
as Caroline Leavitt said, the president has been made aware of this, and the White House will be sending its response. But of course, the deadline is just a few hours away. We are also aware of a call he had with another outlet where he commented on what Iran has been doing in the interim, instructing civilians, women, children to line up in human chains outside of those power plants that would be targeted if all hell breaks loose tonight. He called that totally illegal. Well,
dog, you're committing war crimes anyways. They wouldn't do that. You're just committing war crimes. Iran said talks to the U.S. do not mean end of war. State media also reported that Iran said it will only accept war conclusion once details are finalized in line with the 10-point plan, Iranian media reported. Well, it doesn't look like the world's going to end right now. God, he's such a chud. He's such a chud, dude. He looks like such a fucking chud. Pulling back on his threats to widen attacks on Iran, President says that included array of bridges, power plants, and other civilian targets subject to Iran being ready for a 2-week ceasefire, reopen the Strait of Hormuz, hostilization will die, never to be brought back again. Dog, that sounds like you wanted to nuke Iran. Oh my god. We're swiftly met with condemnation from Democrats, some Make America Great supporters who have since broken with Trump and the first American Pope. I think this ceasefire is going to be broken by Trump very quickly. To allow diplomacy to advance, Pakistan has been leading negotiations. And then on top of all of this, Trump threats cause dilemma for U.S. officers, disobey orders, or commit war crimes. Donald Trump's threats to carry a mass bombing of civilian infrastructure, which is a war crime. And if you disobey those orders, you're going to get in trouble, obviously. And if you don't, then you're committing war crimes. Dude, Iran's embassy, by the way. Message to the U.S. troop, disobeying orders and being discharged from the army has fewer consequences than being tried for war crimes. True! They've been dropping bangers, man. Like they have some it's not this account, but Iran, is it the one in Bulgaria? There's an Iranian account that posted a dude like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude, they're posting bangers. They're posting bangers, man. I can't tell if this is AI art though. Oh, this is AI art. They're using AI art. Never mind. I don't know. This video, I saw this video, fucking hilarious.
Power plant day. Bridge day. You scared of the pictures? Power plant day. Bridge day. Open the fucking straight or you'll be living in hell. Censor the satellites. How what we did to your bases. You're losing your mind and you're losing.
Yeah, dog. Trump Iran. 4-hour-long attack was going to be the fucking a whole civilization will die tonight. I'm seeing if anything else has come up. Trump deadline for deal looms. Strike is continue across Iran. Yeah. So nothing. Oh. Yeah. I mean, they are fucking terrified of the economic pressure that the Strait of Hormuz being closed is doing to the country. Because it's like making Republicans look bad. It's just making them look like dumbass morons. Which, I mean, obviously they are, but... I'm not surprised that this didn't go through. I didn't think Trump was going to do this, but... I also think they're going to break the ceasefire and then blame it on Iran. The thing is, Iran is never going to accept the ceasefire deal if we keep breaking these promises, which we're going to keep doing. So, there's either Trump actually stops attacking Iran, like fully stops, or they completely obliterate Iran. There's no other way going around it. How's the stock market doing? It shouldn't be doing well.